Hello, everyone. So, today we're going to be examining the functioning of multiracial families. So, as we can see in this picture, the children of multiracial families might not always resemble a certain parent, or they might not resemble either of the parents, which leads to them having to form identities of their own. And this can cause a lot of challenges for these types of families, especially if these parents are single parents or just do not know about the heritage or culture of their children. And so, yeah, we're just going to be taking a look into that. And so, so first, we're just going to take a look at the article by Waring and Bordeloy. I Don't Look Like Her: Race Resemblance and Relationships in Multiracial Families. And so, in this article, they really deep dive into how public comments and other things and how they affect the child's development and how they develop their self-image and their perception of themselves. And so when the children are seen with parents that don't resemble them, this will a lot of times just cause, questions from strangers, and although they might not ask the questions directly, they might make certain comments or microaggressions that might lead to hurting the child's self-esteem or the child's self-image. And so this child might also just start to question their relationship with their parents themselves, questioning whether or not they're adopted or why do they look different from them. And so this will cause problems or just challenges, really, into how these parents are going to navigate these comments and how they're going to, just teach their child to react to these type of situations. And this does not just happen in public, as we can see from Nadal and his peers' article, Microaggressions Within Families, Experiences of Multiracial People. So that social phenomenon that was examined by Waring and Bordeloy of how children accompanying parents who they do not share resemblance with are going to be questioned of the authenticity of their relationship. And so this can happen even in families, such as an uncle making a certain comment or a cousin, saying, "Why do you look so different?" And so this can have an even bigger impact to these children's self-image and how they relate to their families as well. And a lot of the times, these microaggressions can lead to these children feeling isolated or just not as a real part of the family, in certain ways. And so some ways of combating these microaggressions is examined in Sato's and Atsuko's, Baker, and Lau's article. When you take this jump and cross racial boundaries, parents' experiences of raising multiracial children. And so they take a look into the parents' perspective and what they should be doing to combat these microaggressions to, raise and develop healthy children that have a strong sense of self. And so the way they can do this is get them enriched in their culture by showing them media, books, and just other things into, forming a strong sense of self and their lineage, their heritage, and who they are and how they can identify themselves and how they fit into society as a whole. And this, as well as in combination with open communication and dialogue about problems that they will experience or just might run into, and just being honest about everything. This will lead to them, having a stronger sense of self and just who they are as a person. And yeah, so These are the best ways to combat these microaggressions and lead to having healthy, developed children. Thank you.